Good evening, students. It's now we are on the lecture 2. Myself, Kalpin sir from the Aurum Tutorials. Now, today we are studying about the Ohm's law. This law states that the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference applied across its end, and provided the temperature and or physical conditions remain unchanged. So now you can see the definition. Current flowing through a conductor. Current flowing through a conductor. That means कि it's I. Okay, is directly proportional to the potential difference. Potential difference is V and proportionality sign applied across the ends provided the temperature and the other physical conditions remains unchanged. So when you remove this proportionality sign, then is equal to R into I. In another language, you can say V is equal to IR. This is the formula for that. Okay, the proportionality constant R, which is called resistance of the conductor. Resistance of conductor, which is the property of the conductor to the resist the flow charges through it, and the resistance of the conductor is expressed in the ohm, because R is equal to, you can say, V upon I. Okay, this is R. So unit for R is ohm. Unit for V means voltage is a volt. I is the ampere. Electric current, unit for them is ampere. Okay, that means कि ohm, horseshoe magnet symbol, is equal to V upon A. So 1 and 1. 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt upon 1 ampere. So that means the ratio of the potential difference across the ends of the conductor to the current flowing through the it remains constant if the temperature and the physical conditions of the conductor remains same. So let us see about the graph of them, I versus V graph. This is simple graph, I versus V graph, which is constant. Now, factors on which the resistance of a conductor is it depends upon, number 1, length of conductor, number 2, area of cross section, and number 3, nature of material. These are the main 3 factors of them. Now first one, resistance of the conductor is directly proportional to its length, means R is directly proportional to its length. That means if the length is double, then the resistance also double. And also on reducing the length, suppose half, L by 2, the resistance is also R by 2. They are same. Now let us see about the area of cross section. Resistance is inversely proportional to its area of cross section. Cross area length is the same. Suppose length is L and this is area of them. Here area is change. Area is change. Area is doubled. Cross section. Here is area is A and here area is 2A. Length is same. So let us see about it. So resistance is inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the conductor. Okay, suppose here resistance is R. So here resistance is R by 2. Resistance become half if area is double. Okay, so this is the relation between area of cross section and resistance. So if area is doubled, the resistance becomes half. Okay, similarly you can calculate. Suppose area is 3 times. So resistance is third time, like this. Okay. So we have one formula, R is inversely proportional to its area. Third is nature of material. So the resistance also depends upon the nature of the material of which the conductor is made. Copper or aluminium or silver or etc. any metal. Iron is also possible, wiring. Resistance, copper is much less than the resistance of the conductor having the same length of the area of the cross section, but the nichrome, which is an alloy, nickel and chromium. For example, resistance of copper is less than resistance of nichrome. Okay, nichrome is alloy. It's made up of alloys of nickel and chromium and manganese, these three metals. So therefore R is directly, we have a first formula, R is directly proportional to the M. R is inversely proportional to 1 by A. So when we combine both the equation, this is your equation number 1 and this is your equation number 2. So R is directly proportional to its L and A, means R is directly proportional to the L upon A, you can say. Similarly, R is inversely proportional, directly proportional to its L and inversely proportional to A. So R is equal to rho. This is a symbol is called rho, 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 which is resistivity. So here rho into L upon A, like P like symbol. So P is equal to R into A is equal to rho into L. So rho is equal to RA upon L. Rho is equal to RA upon L, which is called resistivity. Rho is a resistivity. Okay. Now let us see about SI unit. SI unit of them. Resistivity is equal to, R means resistance, is a ohm. Area is a meter square. Okay. Same length, which is in a meter. So 1 time meter cut. So symbol for resistivity is a ohm into meter. Okay, beta. Now, so resistivity accounts for the dependence on resistance of the conductor of the material of the conductor is a specific and constant for a particular material at a constant temperature. So resistivity of metals is always less than resistivity of alloys is less than resistivity of insulators. Let us see about now alloys. In alloys, they have high resistivity and do not oxidize. Okay, readily even at high temperature. So alloys like nichrome, they are commonly used in electric heating appliances. Electric heating appliances, okay, like press, nichrome is used. But in electric bulb, tungsten is used. Tungsten, symbol for them is W. Tungsten is a metal filament. Okay, another language we can say is a filament. Electrical transmission lines are electrical transmission lines. They are made up of copper and aluminium. Copper and